I'd like to acknowledge the presence of the Honorable Prime Minister, Dr. Sept, the Chief of Police, other gazetted officers, the media. Good morning. I am Superintendent Joseph Williams, responsible for the Northern Division. The Northern Division spans from the Cardinal Territory all the way to Corlew. And we manage 7 police stations in that area. As our standard operation procedures would require, before such incidents, before such disasters, our officers are required to report for duty. And the majority of our officers in the Northern Division did report for duty by 8 o'clock on Monday. And we were available to police the events before the storm, as long as it was safe to do so, during the storm of the hurricane, and after the hurricane. After the hurricane, there were many more challenges in that we had a few incidents of looting, flooding. Between 95 and 97% of the roofs had gone. We had a lot of homeless persons who were on the streets. And so, but we were able to establish control very early. We had incidents where young men were on the streets with machetes and knives and looking for opportunities to steal. And what was most alarming about it is even buildings that were not compromised or destroyed, you found that they were actually breaking into these buildings and not necessarily looking for food, you know. But when you consider the fact that they were looking for consumable durables like television sets and bicycles, and that was criminal. That was what really concerned us the most. So we were able to exercise control. We established a number of key points that we thought were necessary to bring things under control. For example, we established security at Ross University. We identified these areas, the hospital, the three fuel stations in Portsmouth, the Fort Shirley, the banks, Dexia, Whitchurch, Domlec, Sugarloaf area, the Prime Minister's residence in Vekas, the Chief of Police residence in Vekas. We were able to establish some level of security in those areas. And we had 24-hour patrols were ongoing in these areas. I was able to drive to the Cardinal Territory on Saturday and to see what was happening in relation to my officers down there. And despite the difficulties themselves, because inside the Cardinal Territory, their roofs had gone. In Marigot as well, their roofs had gone. In Wesley, their roofs had gone. And also in Portsmouth. But thankfully in Portsmouth, we were already relocated because of ongoing repairs to the Portsmouth police station. But that notwithstanding, the morale is high. The men are vigilant, they're working, and we are undaunted. Okay, so basically things are under control. We have a very active disaster management committee in the North. And I want to commend persons like Cynthia Wenham and the PAL rep, and you know, we were very active going around the shelters, the 4 established shelters in Portsmouth, ensuring that the vulnerable is taken care of. In fact, we were able through the committee to discuss with their business owners who had limited supplies of food to ensure that they kept a certain amount of food available for those who are most vulnerable. We did that. We were able to ensure that they were safe. In terms of transportation, fuel, we were able to take control of the fuel supplies, the limited fuel supplies that were available, because we felt it was necessary to have the essential services, the law enforcement, the heavy equipment, to make this supply available to them so they can function, to bring things back to normal. So in terms of the ports, the ports are working. At Longhouse, we have officers there. Distribution of food had begun. They began packaging those food supplies to residents. In terms of water, in Glanvilla, for example, water was restored to many homes in Glanvilla and Portsmouth. So you had the local operators of the WASCO going about opening the water and ensuring that where the breakage is, they're restored. So pretty much we are doing, I would say, fairly well in Northern Division, and we are continuing to monitor and work very closely with the committee. Thank you very much.